Hello, and welcome to Marvel Vision, a Marvel Studios TV show podcast brought to you by Cinema Sangha. My name is Devin Faraci. I am one of the hosts of the program. Joining me, as he traditionally does...
My name is Dirk Faraci, and he's stiffening. We're all whistling. A man will soon forget. How are you, Devin?
I'm all right. I did not get a lot of sleep last night, and the sleep that I got was a little bit off and on.
Yeah.
So I'm either going to pass out during this recording, or I'm going to be so giddy and confused from sheer exhaustion. So I'm not sure which one it's going to be.
It'll be exciting to find out.
This is going to be exciting to find out. I had an Xbox gift card that somebody gave me, and I spent it on Helldivers II.
Oh.
I quite love it.
Yeah.
A lot. I mean, it's essentially Starship Troopers, the video game.
Okay.
And you can't go wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, like, fantastic. Like, you drop it in these little pods, and then you shoot bugs, and they have two other kinds of enemies, but I've only been playing with the bugs. And it's a multiplayer thing, which means that, like, there's assignments that the entire galaxy gets, and then you have to, like, go and, like, try to accomplish the assignment together. It fucking actually rules. And this fast games. That's my number one thing.
Is this why you didn't get much sleep?
No. Okay. I did not actually play this last night. I did not get much sleep last night because I went over to a friend's and we did like a whole movie marathon thing, and then I crashed over there and I just could not fall asleep properly in a space that was not my own. So, yeah, we watched a bunch of stuff last night. Did like sort of a sleepover. Which, you know, when you're 51, like, how fun is that to do like a sleepover? And it's like, let's get some snacks, let's get some like whatever, and we're gonna watch movies, and we're gonna sit on the couch and watch movies all night. And it's like, you know, it's very sweet. It's very silly and sweet. So
I think you forget who you're talking to.
Well, you don't have anybody over.
No.
That's the difference. It's not really a sleepover when it's just you by yourself.
Yeah. I don't do, but what I'm saying is I would not enjoy that. I'd be like, no, I want to go home.
Oh, yeah. No, I had a nice time. My friend has great cats, so of course I get home and Gus is jealous. Gus smells cats on me, and does not like that.
It's like you've been out whoring around.
He gets real mad about it. He's in the room right now, so I got to be quiet. How I say this? It's gonna be tough to say this, but one of the cats is better than Gus.
What?
One of the cats is, without a doubt, one of the best cats I've ever met in my life. Like, it's crazy how good this cat is. And also, this cat loves me, which is another big pro in that cat side. Like, well, you're a great cat, you're an amazing cat, you're an adorable cat, you're a sweet, loving cat, and you think I'm great? Yeah. All right. We're going to give this cat the leg up.
Wow.
Like, I don't think
Gus.
I don't know that Gus thinks I'm great.
Maybe not.
I think Gus feels like he's got to, like, kiss up to me to get fed, but that's about it. You know, I don't think that he has a real sense of, like, greatness with me.
No.
No. He's too tough to feel that way. Anyway, so Helldivers 2, this is old news for anybody with a PlayStation, because it's been on PlayStation 2, PlayStation 5, 11. That's the cat, by the way.
He's angry. He's throwing things around.
He is angry.
How dare you?
It's been on the PlayStation for a minute, and now it has now come to the Xbox. And they have cross-platform capabilities, so you're playing with people who are... They didn't, like, restart the campaign. Like, it's like you are, like, come into the campaign new, and it's like, hey, we've had 10 million people died in this war so far. It's like very cool.
That's fun.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. You know, I haven't gotten that deep into it, so maybe I'll find it less fun, and I've hit some repetition in the missions a little bit, but I think that's because this is early. Okay. I think they're probably going to start giving me harder missions as we move along. So
sure, as you rank up.
Yes, you're not a Helldivers 2 guy?
I have not played it.
Is that the kind of game that interests you?
No.
Why not?
Because it's online. I don't like online games.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like.
You don't have to play on. You don't have to play online.
No.
I mean, I think you have to be online to play it, like most games these days. Like they want you to have a connection, but you could just play solo. You don't have to join a group and a squad, so you can just play solo. Which I think is probably not as much fun, because I suspect, I'm going to guess that as the game advances, that when you're in the squad, you probably get better and better missions and more interesting missions and stuff like that.
Sure.
I joined a squad where somebody was much higher level than me, and he got killed, and I got to pick up all his weapons.
There you go.
And I really enjoyed that a whole lot. Like, really, there's nothing like being like a level 2 character and then there's a 53 who gets killed and you go, okay, fine, I'm going to take all your fucking gear. I can't keep it. Like, it disappears at the end of the game. But
Sure. Yeah.
he had
But
this
you have it for that
amazing.
round, right? So
Exactly. He had this amazing drone that circled me, and whenever bugs got close, it would just unleash this laser beam on them, and it was fucking awesome. It was so good. Oh, boy. Because the big problem in that game for me in the early stages is not the big killer bugs that like the ones from Starship Troopers. It's the little baby bugs that swarm you. There's like 20 of them, and like they can really swarm the shit out of you really quickly.
yeah.
And the game has more realistic battle damage. Like my arms keep getting broken.
That seems like a problem when you're trying to shoot bugs.
That's exactly what the thing is. It's like your aim is now really bad because your arm is broken, like your right arm is broken, and so that's been like part of it. But I suspect tonight I'll be back to playing some Helldivers 2 after I finish all the editing and stuff here.
There you go. Perfect.
You playing any games?
No.
Wow. Why not?
I'm just not a big gamer.
You used to be a big gamer.
Yeah. Yeah. You work in it, and I personally got tired of it. You know? It was my life for 20 years, and
Yeah.
now, like, I still play from time to time, but games today, I don't like the way games look anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone constantly goes for, like, photorealism, and so all the games just look the same and bland to me. There's no interesting styles. I mean, there are games with interesting styles, and I'll play some of those every now and again, but most games these days are either going for photorealism or like 8-bit, 16-bit, and
Yeah.
I just find that boring,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helldivers 2 goes for not quite photorealism, but like a little bit closer to that, like in terms of like characters that you can meet on your ship and stuff like that. But because it's the exact same thing as Starship Troopers, like it's a parody of fascism. That really feels like it works in the like if all the other characters look like sort of like perfect little fascist guys, like there's something about it that kind of works in that way. So yeah. Anyway, we got any news in the comical book world this week?
Sure, I guess. Talk about what I've been doing. That's fine.
Well, I just asked you, and then you didn't follow up anything.
No, you didn't. You asked me if I've been playing any games.
Yeah, then you say no, I've been playing the games, but you know what I did do this week?
Well, this weekend I saw 3 movies.
Well, there you go. So I'm not playing any games, but I saw 3 movies this weekend. That's
A different segue.
You can take your own segues. You can make your own segues. You've been on this podcast long enough that you can build your own segues now. What movies did you see this weekend?
I saw Caught Stealing, The Roses, and Toxic Avenger.
How was The Roses? Was it funny?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good little dark comedy. I had a good time. Toxic Avenger, of the 3, Toxic Avenger was my favorite.
Yeah.
Which surprised me because I did not think it would be at all. But it is very, very funny.
Yeah.
And very, very violent. And one of the better superhero movies of the year.
Wow. I guess we probably should have done that for a Watchmen, huh?
Yeah. I was thinking about it after I saw it. I was like, oh, this could work for Watchmen.
We didn't even consider it, honestly.
I mean, we could do it for September. It came out the last weekend of August.
I guess we could. We didn't put up the poll yet. Well, let's think about it.
Yeah.
I got to see it, so let me see it, and then
It has what I think might be my favorite joke of the year in it, which is somebody says, "You know the term game changer," and somebody else goes, "No." That just made me laugh really hard. Just no. I appreciated that very much.
Oh man. And how was Caught Stealing?
It was all right. It was all right. I think it depends. Like, the trailers are selling a totally different movie.
Yeah.
The movie itself is much darker than what the trailers make it look like.
I mean, it's Darren Aronofsky movie. I kind of assumed as much.
Yeah, but I thought he was trying to do something different here. And he is. It's not, this isn't like Mother or Noah or any of his other movies, but it's darker than I expected. And it just kind of, for me, like, I've seen other people say this where it's like, oh, it's a throwback to 90s crime movies. And it is. Mm-hmm. But it's also like, it has the same problem a lot of those have, where it's like, oh, this is kind of boring and repetitive. So it's a good looking movie though. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
But, he also, in the movie, he says he's been living in New York for 11 years, Austin Butler. And then later on, like a few minutes later, he's like, I've never had a black and white cookie. And that just took me out for like 5 minutes. I was like, I don't know how you live in New York.
Oh,
For
he's a
11
transplant?
years.
I could
Yeah.
see that. He's a transplant. It's not a problem.
11 years.
No, it's not a problem at all. I could totally get that. No.
I don't get it.
Transplants don't have the real New York experience very often.
He's hanging out with real New York people all the time throughout the movie.
Yeah, but, you know, I
You
think
think
that's...
one of them would be like, you got to try one of these black and white cookies.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But do you know what I did watch? Our sleepover movie night devolved into watching episodes of Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23.
Okay.
Have you ever watched that?
No.
It's not bad.
Yeah?
It has a surprising amount of It's Always Sunny energy.
Okay.
And James Vanderbeek plays himself.
Yes, that I knew. Yeah.
And he's a real scumbag.
Okay.
And he's like really like full of himself, and he's a scumbag, and he's a creep. And Kristen Ritter is a truly, like, she would 100% fit in Patty's Pub. Like, she is an awful person who does awful things. There's an episode where she talks about how she does a thing every Halloween. She picks a new victim for the next year, and she meets up with them at a Halloween party, finds out what their biggest fears are, spends the next year preparing to destroy them with their biggest fears, and then begins dating them just before Halloween so she can destroy them on Halloween with their biggest fears, and then get the next mark at that same party.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
That's Sunny shit. That really is like...
That's Dennis right there.
Yeah. Like, it's not realistic. Like, this is not what people do. You know what I mean? Like, so it has that. It also has Baby Eric Andre in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh. And it's very funny watching Baby Eric Andre do 2012 sitcom bits that you know he must have despised having to do.
I'm sure he didn't despise the paychecks.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably enjoyed getting paid, but
it was very early in his career. I'm sure that was
it's like very funny to watch him though, because he's like a little goofball doing like his little goofball, like, he doesn't say this, but it's of the like, he's behind me, isn't he, variety of like jokes that he gets. But James Vanderbeek's really good. And
James Vanderbeek, what's the movie, the college movie he did?
Varsity Blues.
No, that's high school.
Oh, I have no idea.
It's him. It's Sharon Shossaman, whatever her name is.
Is it Skeleton Key or something like that?
No. It's
just look it up so we can talk about it. Oh my god.
It's a good movie.
I'm excited to hear the name of this movie to see if it actually is a good movie. I'm very excited about it. There we go. He's looking it up. What's your search term?
James Vanderbeek college movie.
Yeah.
The Rules of Attraction.
Oh, yeah.
He's really good in that, and he plays an asshole in it.
Well, you know what? As a grown man now, that he's a grown man, he looks like he could play Scott Bakula's son.
Does he?
Yeah, he has Bakula face, kind of.
Okay.
And I actually would not mind seeing him show up in Star Trek as Archer's son. Yeah, I think that would be kind of like actually fun because like watching this show, I was like, oh wow, he really has old Bakula face, like. So it's very, very fascinating.
Well, maybe if they do that Archer as president show, he can be in it.
That would be pretty good. Yeah. All right. Now are we ready to talk about the news?
Yes. Jackie Chan's stunt team has been working on Spider-Man Brand New Day to help with the stunts.
Great news. That's pretty great news, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Clayface has started filming, and Eddie Marsan is in it, apparently, because he was there while they were filming with cameras pointed at him, and he was doing things. So...
I saw some picture that it was supposed to be like a photograph of like a newspaper that's on set, and it has what looks like Clayface's face on it.
Yes, I saw that.
Looks like shit.
I mean, the picture is not a very good photo.
I understand, but even like, I can't imagine that sharpening into a better photo. You know what I mean? Like,
who knows? Who knows if that's even what it is? It's hard to tell from that picture.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from that picture, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not going to go off of that.
That's fair. That's fair. You're being very fair.
Yeah. Alan Ritchson spoke to James Gunn about playing Batman.
Who is this? Tell people who this is.
He's Reacher.
There we go.
He's Reacher. He said, words have been exchanged about Batman, but I strongly don't think that Batman is in my future. I do think there's something in my future with DC, and I would like that to remain true. It looks like and he said he confronted Gunn about playing Batman.
Right.
So it seems like he was like, "Let me play Batman," and Gunn was like, "That's not going to happen." My man."
Gunn's like, no, the guy from Yellowstone 1923 is playing Batman.
Yeah.
I actually had to end up calling Derek off the show last week because we forgot to mention that James Gunn on the Peacemaker podcast talked about watching Yellowstone 1923, and I have long held that the main lead on that show, who is not Harrison Ford, is a superhero actor waiting to happen, and he's been getting a lot of rumors about Batman. And having watched that show, I truly believe that he would be an excellent fucking Batman. And as I was saying to Derek on the phone, I think he'd be an excellent Batman in a bit more of a fun way. Like he can do the pulp sensibility. He can be the swashbuckling Batman a little bit more. So I'm kind of excited about that. I like that guy quite a bit.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Who knows? By the time they get around to Batman, he might be too old. You never know.
Or he might be at the end of Peacemaker season 2.
He could be. I doubt it, but he could be. Who knows? They have not shown anyone in the last 3 episodes.
Yep. And James Gunn said there are characters in the last 3 episodes that they're holding back.
Yes.
So, yeah. I mean, we assume one of them is Superman, but who knows who else?
Could be anybody.
Yeah.
It's Jimmy Olsen. We should cut back to the orgy from episode 1, and we see Jimmy Olsen was. That's the big twist. And then finally, D23, a version of like the small version of D23 was this weekend, and Paul Rudd and the Russos recorded a message about Avengers Doomsday, and they said it's the biggest Avengers movie yet. And then they showed old footage of different characters from other movies.
But it's all the characters we already know are in this movie, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it was Thor, Sam Wilson, Shuri, Ant-Man, Yelena, Joaquin Torres, thank goodness, Red Guardian, Loki, Professor X, Cyclops, and Mr. Fantastic.
Well, there you go. Wow, big news. You know, I'm the one that got no sleep, but you're the one who seems very tired tonight.
I am sleepy.
I can tell you're very... What happened? Why are you so sleepy?
I'm sleepy. I don't know. I'm sleepy.
Did you go... Was today a movie day or was it yesterday?
That was yesterday.
So what'd you do today?
Today, nothing. I sat around being sleepy, reading comics. Yeah.
Sure, I get it. Do you know what comic I read?
What?
The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah? How was that? I heard that was good.
It was surprisingly quite good.
Yeah.
And everything about it is something I hate, and yet it was surprisingly... So the premise is that Doctor Doom, who is now the Sorcerer Supreme, shows up to Spider-Man and is like, hey, you're a piece of shit. I don't like you very much at all, but you're the only person who can do this mission, and you got to do it. And as the Sorcerer Supreme, I'm like assigning you to it. And Spider-Man's like, get the fuck out of here. And the mission is that it turns out that Doctor Strange, many years ago, had created a covenant with Sidorak, the demon god who powers Juggernaut. And the deal was that every however many years, Sidorak would send his children to fight Doctor Strange, and if Doctor Strange lost, then the Earth would be destroyed, and then if he won, we just keep doing it until the next time. The trick, though, is that there's no way to not die when fighting these kids, so Doctor Strange uses these magic reeds that bring him back to life every single time. But the experience is very fucking horrible. And so Spider-Man has to do this. So Doctor Strange hooks Spidey up with magic and gives him the reeds. And so Spider-Man has to go fight these guys and keeps getting killed. You know, and like the only way to win is to die. Like, you know, it's like those kind of fights, like you have to sacrifice yourself to win the fight.
Sure.
And it's bad. Like he gets really fucking brutalized. Like he gets ripped apart atom by atom and stuff like that. Like very bad, unpleasant stuff. But then at one point in the book, he ends up having one of the challenges is he has to hold this sphere. And while he's holding the sphere, he will see the death of everyone on Earth, starting with people he loves. And when he drops the sphere is when he loses. And he holds on longer than anyone has ever held on. And he witnessed, like, not witnessed, but felt the deaths of 3 million people, including the people that he loves the most. And when he's done, when it's finished, he is just broken. And he spends 3 issues fully broken, like just like not doing anything anymore. Like he is like, I'm out. Like I'm not, nothing matters. Like everybody's gonna die no matter what I do. They die. Like it's very, very good. It's like very, very heavy within this very dopey concept about fighting demon children. And
why can only Spider-Man do this?
I mean, it's a spoiler if I were to tell
Okay.
you.
All right.
It's just because of who Peter Parker is, like the choices that he makes in the course of this. There's a certain point where Doctor Strange says to Doctor Doom, like, "Oh, you fucking knew he was going to choose to do this, like you, like this thing that he does at the end, like you knew that." And Doom's like, "Yeah, of course, this is what he does. Like, of course, that's why he was the one that had to do it."
He's a big emo boy.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. So like that's like a big piece of it. So it was quite good though. Again, it's also like 11 issues long, and it's called The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. I just don't think that's correct. I think that should be illegal.
Yeah, it should be 8 issues, or it should be
8
11
issues.
deaths.
Yeah, either or. You can't have it. And one of the issues is like kind of like not technically part of it, but it is. Okay. They don't count it. They don't count it. Like there's no chapter heading at the beginking of the issue. Like one issue is chapter 8, and then that issue comes, and then the next chapter issue says chapter 9. What? And I was like, what? It's like, yeah, it's kind of, but
like it's like an aside issue.
I guess what's really crazy is a bunch of different writers wrote it,
okay.
And I think it's all through Amazing Spider-Man, but they kept bringing different writers in.
So that must be it. There must have been some kind of delay with part 9,
maybe,
and so they had to slide something in.
But it's part of the story. Like it isn't like disconnected from the story. It's right there in the story. Like,
is it all different artists in that issue too?
There's different artists all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like there's not a lot of coherence throughout the entire thing. But I quite liked it. I thought it was a pretty goddamn good story. And it is a big magic cosmic story, but it's a big magic cosmic story that manages to place Spider-Man in the context of being a street level guy who cares about people. Like, I think it's really fucking very well done. So, yeah.
Another question.
What's that?
You said that Doctor Strange has to fight these people every couple of years, right?
Yeah.
What happens in like 30 years when Doctor Strange just dies from old age?
So Doctor Strange has
Earth
recognized. Well, no, the champion has to fight, and Doctor Strange has been that champion. Okay. But now that Doctor Strange, I think at this point in Marvel Universe, Doctor Strange, his body got turned into a vampire, and he's just floating around in his soul, so he can't even fight them because he's just an astral projection all the time. But his assumption was that the Sorcerer Supreme would take it. But Doom is like, I'm not doing this. Like, Spider-Man's going to do this.
No. It's like, no, this sounds horrible.
It is, but yeah, it's pretty darn good. I recommend it if you want to read like an 11-part Spider-Man story.
Well, there you go.
That's 10 chapters long.
There you go. I've been reading Far Sector today.
Far Sector's a good book.
1 or 2 issues left. I'm not sure how many.
It's a good book, right?
It is. It's very good. Beautiful art, amazing art.
The art is incredible in that title.
Crazy.
The art is really incredible. I got to tell you something that I picked up that book in like the DC like compact comic format, and 2 issues in, I had to stop and go look things up, and it was not clear enough to me from the book that all of this shit is new. Like it wasn't. It wasn't clear enough that this was a brand new Green Lantern, that nobody had ever read any of her adventures previously.
Yeah.
Because the story starts really deeply in the middle of the story. Like,
yeah.
She's been on this case for a very long time.
Yeah, and you get her origin like 4 issues in or something.
Yeah, it takes a long time to get to her origin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was very confusing to me, though I imagine if you bought it when it came out, that was part of the marketing, that it was like, meet the new Green Lantern.
Yeah.
But when I started reading, I was like, wait, hold up. What is going on out here? And her ring is cool.
Yeah, I guess. It seems a little limited, which, I mean, they say it is. Like, it's not as powerful as the usual Green Lantern ring, and the recharge format is kind of dumb in some ways.
But I kind of love it because it creates more stakes, which I think that the Green Lanterns never run out of energy like anymore, right? That's like, it's just like, it just doesn't
they still
happen.
have to recharge their ring every 24
No, I
hours.
know, but it's like Spider-Man and web fluid. He almost never runs out of it anymore. Like once upon a time, that was a staple, and now he almost never does. Yeah. And it's the same thing with Green Lanterns, but hers, because it has to recharge. There's some really good bits in this where she has to be off, like being Green Lantern for like 3 days because the ring has to charge up that much.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That it takes. I think they say it takes 5 days to get a full charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's also fun too when she's doing stuff, and there's the idea that like she has a low charge. It's like when you're on your phone, you know what I mean? Like my phone's at 5%. Like what can I afford to do right now? Like what is going to work, and then like what is going to allow me to recharge later on. So
that's part of what I just read was her having to go into the AT-AT world where they're all digital programs, and her ring is at like 7% power. And she's like, how long can I stay in there? And the ring's like 6 minutes. Like, you've got 6 minutes to solve this. Like, all right, let's see what happens.
Yeah, I like it.
And if she doesn't solve it in that time, the ring dies out, and she essentially dies because she cannot exist in the digital world.
Right.
So that was fun.
I like her as a character. I like her as a character quite a bit.
Yeah, she's a good character. Great design. Great.
Incredible design. Just like in terms of like a character who from silhouette you can just identify. She's like so obvious who she is. And
I think she is the first Green Lantern that has her hair changes style when she turns into Green Lantern.
Oh, that's smart though, right?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was very cool.
Yeah. I think this is all on topic for this program, right? Because it's the comic book program.
It's comics.
It's the comic book program. Yeah. All right. We got any letters this week?
We do. Tim Brennan asks, I appreciate all the good work, particularly appreciate your long-ass Watchmen episodes, which were helpful while I was driving from California to Colorado after dropping my kid off at college. For my question, I'm a massive fan of Andor. Along with the impeccable craft, I love that a genre show was so adept at tackling real-world issues. Marvel Comics used to advertise itself as the world outside your window, but lately the MCU has largely been about itself. Do you think the introduction of the X-Men in Phase 7 is the best opportunity for something of real thematic weight to appear in the MCU?
I mean, we talked about this so many times on this show that it's a problem not just of the MCU, but also of the comics, that everything is just superhero. That nobody has lives outside of superheroes.
Well, it's superhero, and stories are consistently commenting on previous stories.
Right.
You know, they've gone down that road so much now.
I mean, like a thing in the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man that I liked is that the fact that Peter has a lot of shit going on while he has these cosmic gods showing up to fight him, and he doesn't know when they're going to come. So he has like Robbie Robertson Jr. setting up a gallery showing of his photographs, and he has a new girlfriend that he's been dating, and Aunt May is doing stuff at Feast, and she needs his help, and he keeps fumbling it again and again. A classic Parker, and that's just like classic Peter Parker shit, but that's what you want in a fucking Spider-Man book. Like I want Peter's friends to get mad at him because he didn't make it to the party because he was having his spine ripped out by a cosmic god. Yeah.
Yes.
That's the beauty of it. But that's I think that the MCU misses. It doesn't have that stuff, and I would love to see them do it. I don't know that the X-Men is going to be the space to do it because the X-Men are the most insular comic book world. They only deal with each other.
But I think what Tim is talking about is more like political stuff, real world issues, instead of like Thanos is here to destroy half of all reality, right? Like. So I think X-Men will, in theory, deal with what's the word I'm looking for, like racism and xenophobia and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm very curious to see how this all plays out. That's the thing. I'm very curious how the X-Men work, like how the X-Men work in the MCU, like what the deal is. Like, I'm super curious. So, I mean, I guess it could be. I don't know that any of the X-Men movies have been super. They've either been super on the nose or they just kind of seem to lose sight of the metaphors most of the time. I'm curious to see what they do with this. So, I mean, I guess it could be. I also think that the metaphor's a little wrung out.
I mean, I guess, but it's still applicable.
It is, but it's a little wrung out in terms of X-Men storytelling. You know what I kind of wouldn't mind? I mean, we're not going to get there, but like, I kind of wouldn't mind the idea of sort of a thing that's about like, how do people who agree on most of the stuff but disagree on some real important shit, how do they find common ground? That's like the idea that, like, you know, Scott becomes a terrorist and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so there's a sense that like he has to fight his own people a lot in those days because they're like, no, Scott, you're going too far. That's very interesting to me, as opposed to just, have you tried not being a mutant, which is the bit from which it was interesting in 99 or 2000 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but like, I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess we live in a really weird world right now where like kids getting pulled off the street into camps is a little too present, right? So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. I don't know.
I mean, Xavier and Magneto have always been kind of what you're talking about, though. Like,
No,
we
they
have
have
different. Well, not always, but like, they have different opinions on how to handle this problem.
Yeah, I mean, so I always like to make a point of this that is not what always they were. Stanley did not invent them as Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. That was never his intention. Magneto ran the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Like, it was not like this was not.
And to be clear, that was the name he gave it. It wasn't what the papers called it.
Yeah, he called them the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and so people are always like, "Oh, that's what that meant." No, it's not what it meant. Like, it became that. Like that's the beauty of long form storytelling with these kinds of characters. It can become something else, but it wasn't always that. And they weren't always like super tight or whatever. Like, so that's stuff that kind of got added as they went along. I think that they knew each other in the very first appearance of Magneto, but I think that like a lot of that shit got like fucking added in as they went along.
Yeah, that they were running around together looking for mutants and
that's all later.
Society. Yeah.
That's all later additions. So I don't. That's the thing is I don't necessarily 100% see that as something that you gotta have in an X-Men movie at this point. Do you know what I mean? Like, because we've had it in so many other X-Men movies, including I think the First Class movies, which I think did a very good job of dealing with that.
Yeah.
So
I will say, if you don't, you're never gonna hear the end of it.
I mean, I know, but still, it's just we've done it before. You know, it's the X-Men version of Batman's origin.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen so many movies where Professor X and Magneto are best buddies who have different ideas on how to go about this, and in which mutantism is a metaphor for race or for homosexuality.
Yeah.
I think it's actually maybe more interesting to reclaim. This is going to be, I don't mean this problematically, but to reclaim what mutantism was, which was being weird. And I think that within that context, you can have actual things about racism and homophobia. You don't have to do it as metaphor. You can just have those be story points. Do you know what I mean? But like the idea that the X-Men originally were not intended to be gay or minority. It was puberty. It was just kids. Yeah. And so on some level, that would be a really interesting place to bring it back and sort of use the teenage movie format maybe more, where you do bring the social issues in, but bring them as the actual social issues, as opposed to this is all a big metaphor for a social issue. So,
yeah.
Anyway,
Definitely one thing I think they need is more of that teenage, young adult feel to them.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's where the X-Men work best. But we'll see. Anyway. Formerly known as .D asks, Punisher Warzone, when?
I'm assuming he means for Watchmen.
Yeah.
I guess we'll do it at some point, right?
I would think so.
We like that movie, so it's not like we're not like... And we didn't do it, right? We never did it?
I'm guessing he would know better than me.
You're the guy that records these things.
We've done. I have no idea what we've done.
Yeah, I mean, I could see us getting to that at some point in the near future, especially as we get close to like Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man movie, the Punisher's in it.
Yeah.
That does seem like an opportunity. But the problem is if we do a poll, everybody's going to choose like the worst Punisher movie.
Well, also, the month before Spider-Man is Supergirl, so there's no space there.
But we could have it the month before that. I mean, I guess we could watch the old Supergirl that month before or whatever.
We can do whatever we want. It's our show.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But, you have to self-govern through consistency. The rule of law, that's very important, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll get to it. We both like it. So this is not like us avoiding it because we don't like it.
No, we do both enjoy it very much.
Yeah.
Dan asks, who's on your ideal X-Men team? You get 6. Here's mine: Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm, Colossus, Nightcrawler, and Kitty Pryde. A pretty vanilla roster, I admit, but that was the team in the Claremont Romita Jr. era when I got into the comic. I'm Devin's age, born in 73. You'll notice that there are no psychics on my team. They always seem to be more trouble than they're worth. They were always putting their hands on their heads, screaming and passing out, or having vague visions of the future that didn't really help. So who are your X-Men?
Man, that's a good question. I've been reading the current X titles, and a number of these characters are quite different now than they used to be. So okay. I'm gonna take it. I mean, I guess I could look at it like from like the classic perspective or the current perspective. But I guess I'm gonna go with, you know what, a team that I really like that's happening right now is Weapon X-Men, and that team is Wolverine, Deadpool, Cable, and Chamber from Gen X.
Okay.
And it's kind of a fun team because they're all pretty violent and none of them want to work together. So like there's like something really enjoyable about that they don't want to be together, but they have to do things together, and I found that kind of enjoyable. So I might put like somebody like Chamber or something. It's funny because there's just so many of them.
There's so many.
That it's like, I mean, like, you know, probably my perfect lineup is some kind of John Burns / Chris Claremont run version, right? But I don't know who I would. You do yours, and I'll think about mine.
All right. Beast, Archangel, Nightcrawler, Mystique, Iceman, and somebody else who's blue. So I have X-Men blue. The whole team. Everybody on it is blue. I can't think of a sixth blue character. And Iceman's pushing the blue. He's usually got like blue highlights.
Yeah, he's definitely pushing it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, man, I would like some of my favorite characters don't exist in the format that I like them in. Like, I like Warlock, but he doesn't exist that way anymore. But he was my favorite. He's a New Mutant, but he's one of my favorites. I like the current version of Kitty Pryde. She's grown up now, and she's like got her own team of kids that she's teaching, and she like works in a bar.
I thought of this the other day. They did a whole series with her as a pirate, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
How is Nightcrawler not on that team?
It's kind of a bummer. I agree. The thing is, she was a pirate because what happened in that storyline? It was the Krakoa storyline, and in Krakoa there were all these portals all over the world that any mutant could step into and show up on Krakoa, but only mutants could do it. The only person who could not do it, who was a mutant, was Kitty Pryde. And so Kitty Pryde ended up having this pirate ship that she sailed around and picked up mutants that couldn't get to the portals and stuff. And so it would help them to Krakoa, was sort of the premise. So, yeah I mean, you know, it was interesting. I don't think it really 100% worked. But, I mean, I have to have Wolverine on my team. He obviously has to be on the team. I can't imagine an X-Men at this point without Wolverine.
It's hard to.
Right?
Yeah.
It's really, really challenging. Boy, I don't know who else. I mean, I love Forge, one of my favorite characters from the X-Men. I love Forge. He's just so fucking cool.
I love Sunfire's look.
Sunfire's got a really cool look. Yeah, I like Sunfire quite a bit. I like Quentin Quire a lot. I really like Quentin Quire, and I like how he's being used currently.
He's the Grant Morrison character, right?
Yeah, he's Kid Quantum.
Yeah, I don't like that he's around.
Well, you know what, though? I think they're using him pretty okay right now. He's like an Omega-level telepath, and he's really powerful, but he's also trying... The thing is that Grant Morrison wrote him as like kind of like a hyper-terrorist, and they've dialed that back a bunch.
He also wrote him to where they gave him so much of the drug that amplified powers that he became a god and was like, I just don't care about any of this anymore, and left. And he's like, that's great. That's a great story.
Yeah, it is, but, you know, it's comics. Everybody always fucking comes.
And then you got Zorn running around, too, and it's like, how is that guy around?
Zorn, I hate that, because in the Grant Morrison run, Zorn was actually turned out to have been Magneto, but now there actually was a guy named Zorn, it turns out, who does have a sun inside his head. Like, so I guess Magneto took his identity. It was like identity theft is the story.
Yeah.
I don't know who else. I mean, it's just so many characters to go through. But Chambers one, I always loved him. Modern Kitty Pryde. Cool. I mean, I love Nightcrawler. He's not quite the same as he used to be anymore. He's not as they don't write him as fun anymore as they used to.
Yeah.
Storm is now a god.
Sure.
She is an avatar of eternity, and she's involved in like hardcore god cosmic business, which I don't mind necessarily. Because that's the one element of her I think that hasn't been explored too heavily, is that she was considered a storm god, you know, in Africa. Yeah. So to kind of like lean into that, I don't mind it, especially because, you know, it's going to end up getting undone.
It fits her character.
Yeah, and it's going to end up getting undone. What's kind of cool is that she's an avatar of eternity, but like she can be storm or she can be eternity, and so she kind of just like eternity just like takes over, and she's like, I'm going to have to kill all of you now because like Eternity is like a cosmic concept that has no interest in like, right or wrong or whatever. So
Yeah.
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 Is that all of our questions?
That's it. Also, Mr. Sensitive, I've always liked. Oh, is he blue? I think he's blue.
Is he blue?
I think so. Or is he green? I can't remember. Oh, he might be pink. I don't know. I haven't looked at him in a long time.
I like Havoc a lot. I've always liked Havoc. I like Havoc's original design with the weird arc things on his head. Yeah, I always love that. He was really good in the current X Factor book where he's running X Factor and where he is like, his girlfriend is Lorna Dane Polaris. And in that run, Lorna Dane has joined the Mutant Liberation Front or whatever they're called these days. And she's like super radical. But he's like, I'm going to go join this team that makes TikTok videos because I really want the money. And I kind of like that he knows it's wrong and that but he was always like in Scott's shadow. So it's like Scott was the idealist. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. I quite enjoyed that take on him.
How many Summers brothers are there now?
4 that I'm aware of, I want to say. There's Havoc. Maybe it's just 3. Havoc, Cyclops, Vulcan. Maybe it's just the 3. Maybe it's just the 3.
Isn't there a guy named Adam? Or is that...
Oh, there is a guy named Adam. No, I think that might be Vulcan.
Okay.
Oh, God, I can't remember. I don't know why they keep adding Summers Brothers. It's really nuts to me. Let's look this up because I'm actually curious. Adam Neramani. It's Shi'ar shit. I don't know.
Okay.
He might have DNA or something. Anyway, that's it. That's our deal. That's our questions.
Those are our questions.
Where can people ask their questions?
You can send them to ask.cinema.sanga@gmail.com. Put the name of the show in the subject line, either Marvel Vision or Bad Batch. 1 question per email, please, but email as many questions as you feel like asking.
Perfect. All right, you ready to talk about the second episode of Peacemaker Season 2?
I am.
Let's do it. Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 2. A man is only as good as his bird. Did you think Eagley was going to die in this one?
No.
I did.
Really?
Yeah, you know what the thing is that James Gunn kills shit?
It's funny. He has that reputation. He never kills primary characters.
I mean, he wanted to kill Gamora. He just got denied.
Well, no. She didn't want to be stuck in there forever. Like, he's talked about that. Like the I can't think of the actor's name. Zoe. What's her name?
Yeah, anyway.
Whatever. But he's talked about how when she signed on, she was like, look, I'll do like 2 of these, but I don't want to be doing this forever. I got to go make 7 Avatar movies. And so he had planned it out of like, okay, I'll kill her in 2. And then they talked him out of it and they killed her in Avengers. And then he kind of wrote her out of the story for 3, right? Where she goes off with the Ravagers. But even that, he she's still around.
Well, yeah, I think he kills secondary characters because I feel like he's not going to kill Vigilante, but I do feel like Vigilante is exactly the kind of character he does kill. Where he's not one of the main characters, but we love him, and then he has a problem, and he can get a nice redemptive death that would be like really meaningful, that might make us cry. You know what I mean? Like some kind of thing that might. And Eagley's like that. Like I would like would he fridge Eagley? And I'm like I believe he might fridge Eagley to like give Peacemaker. Also because now it can cut down on FX budget.
That's true.
Right.
That is true.
This episode opens in the past. I'm going to tell you something. I don't know why it does that.
Neither do I.
It's all information we already have.
Yeah.
Like,
Not
I just
really sure.
fundamentally don't get it.
Unless they just wanted to show off that the Argus offices are really lame.
They really suck.
Which I appreciate, that it's just an office building. I was like, that's fun.
They clearly built an Argus office for the other universe, and so I'm assuming they were like, well, we have this. We might as well use it for this universe for a scene. But it feels like a thing that should have been in the first episode.
I mean, we see a little bit of it in the first episode.
But even like we have all the information, though. We know that he immediately put a tail on Peacemaker. We know he's mad about Rick Flag Jr. getting killed. That's all the information that we really get.
What we didn't know is that the Argus files on it were careful enough to tell us what his last words were.
Yes.
which I wonder if that would be in the files. I mean, I imagine it's plausible because we know that Waller's team was listening to them the entire time.
Yeah, that actually makes sense. Yeah.
Right? So, but it was just funny that it's like his last words were Peacemaker ... What a joke. It was like, it just made me laugh.
Meanwhile, then we cut to the present and we get Peacemaker and he is fucked up. And we have a whole bit where he is trying to deal with this corpse, but he cannot deal with this corpse. It just keeps rolling out and stuff. And he finally makes a phone call. He's like, hey, you still have that bone saw? And then Peacemaker goes home and takes a big shower.
The shower heals his wounds, by the way.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Which is pretty impressive.
Leota goes by her ex's apartment. She goes in, says hi to the dogs, and grabs some hair products. The ex, Kia, is like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I kind of... I'm 100% on Kia's side.
Yeah, it's hard not to be.
Right? There's no version of this where I'm like, well... Like, you text, hey, I got to stop by and get my hair shit out of the bathroom. Yeah. That's, like, totally reasonable. And there's a really
I think you're supposed to be on Kia's side.
Yeah, I think you are, because in the first episode, Leota's like, she broke up with me because she couldn't handle my lifestyle. But then when Kia talks about it here, and she's like, you ended every one of our dreams. Like, you got a new dream, and then you just fucking stopped all of ours. All our plans, all the things that we had, that we thought we were going to do, you ended it overnight. And that is fucked up. Like, that is not a good way to be in a relationship with somebody.
Although she also says, you decided we wouldn't go back to Gotham. And if Gotham is like anything in the DC was anything like in the comics, that's the good call. You should not live in Gotham. You should keep away from there.
You know what, though? I was thinking about this. Where's Evergreen?
It is in the Pacific Northwest.
I mean, there's already an Evergreen, Washington, so it can't be the Evergreen, Washington, though, right?
I'm guessing it is. It's definitely in Washington. We see license plates.
I guess it's Evergreen, Washington.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you're starting a security company like this, she's starting with like the idea like, oh, I have experience with superheroes and shit. Like, you want to open it in Gotham, not in the Pacific Northwest. I feel like that is 100%. Like,
I feel like if you open that up in Gotham, within 3 weeks, Two-Face is killing you. That's my feeling on that.
But how much work can there be for like a fucking spy in the PNW?
I don't know. But you got Peacemaker, you got Vigilante, you got White Rabbit is running around. There seems to be plenty of heroes hanging out in this town or nearby.
Is she from Evergreen, or is she just coming to town for the Justice Gang tryouts?
I mean, I'm guessing, like, I don't know if she's from Evergreen, but she must be close enough, because they said in the first episode that this was their West Coast, part of their West Coast search, right?
Right.
So I would imagine within a 100-mile radius, maybe 200-mile radius. I don't know.
Well, Kia's got a pretty good point here, and as Leota leaves the apartment, she's like, "Love you," and Kia has nothing to say. Kia's also wearing what's her coffee shop?
Jitters.
That's a canonical coffee shop, isn't it?
That was created by Jeff Johns back in like 2010 in the Flash. It started off as a Flash thing. It's all over the Flash CW TV show. They go to Jitters all the time. Here, the logo for Jitters says Metropolis's finest, where Jitters is a Central City thing in the comics. So,
well, they were in Superman. James Gunn said they are in Superman.
They're in Superman as well, yeah. But like, you get a good look at the sign, like the logo on her, and it says, and also in the Clayface images that have been coming out, there's a Jitters one as well, and you can see it says Metropolis's finest, which suggests that it's a Metropolis corporation or company. Which I don't know why you wouldn't just say Central Cities. It's fine. You can mention Central City. It's okay. No one's gonna get upset.
Yeah. You know? This episode is directed by Greg Mottola.
Yes.
And Mottola really directs this episode for the first half dark.
Yes.
Like, there's like a lot of handheld and tight close-ups in the first half of this episode, to the point where I feel like some of the scenes maybe were written funnier than they actually ended up.
I don't know.
Like, I feel like the next scene, which is Harcourt going to the world's worst convenience store.
Yeah.
That looks, I mean, it looks like they just threw together a convenience store in production. They didn't know they were going to shoot that day. Like, it really is like very bad looking. That scene, I could see that scene being written funnier than it is.
I don't think you want to take a scene where a woman is going up to another woman who has bruises on her face and saying, like, if you need help from spousal abuse, I can help you, and make it funny.
I agree, but I think that
the Muppet bit is funny.
But it's like not that funny. That's the thing.
It's not that funny. But I think it's the right level of funny. Like, you don't want to. Yeah, because it's a very serious thing that they're discussing in that scene.
Yeah.
And it is a form. She is abusing herself at the end of the day. She's doing this. So you don't want to. Gunn gets labeled a lot with, like, always ending the scene with a big gag. And pulling away the emotional impact of something. Right. And I feel like this hits it pretty well. Where it's got a joke at the end of the scene, but it's not, it doesn't take away from what happens in the scene, I think. I thought it worked.
It's funny because
that would be Mottola. I'm giving Gunn credit for it, but it's Mottola.
Mottola.
It's acted out and stuff, yeah.
We talked about this last week, which was the idea that, like, after the first episode, I was like, oh, I don't want this to be a bummer season. Yeah. And the first half of this episode, I was like, fuck, this is a bummer episode. Like, we're here being a bummer again. Like, I kind of don't want this. Like, this is not what I'm super duper interested in for Peacemaker.
But it's okay because Tim Meadows shows up and everything changes.
Well, that's the thing. So, like, the second Tim Meadows shows up, the whole fucking show just takes a total fucking 180 tone-wise. It's insane how quickly it turns around. Because he's Langston Fleury, who is the new handler for Economos. He's basically Economos' babysitter because they don't trust Economos at this point, I guess. And he comes in and, man, steals everything this whole episode. And
did you watch the podcast episode for this?
I listened to it.
Okay, because Gunn talks about it, like, because the characters have grown, except for Vigilante, I couldn't have them do the same kind of jokes from season 1. So here comes Tim Meadows to do those jokes.
Yeah, he's doing all those jokes.
Yep.
But he's, like, so great. Meadows' fucking delivery is unreal how good it is. Amazing. It is so good. And he ends up giving Economos a new nickname, Ginger Cool. He boasts... Which
Economos doesn't like. I think that's a good nickname.
He doesn't want a nickname at all. That's the thing. No. He doesn't want any nickname. I'm going to hit a lot of his business with Economos here because I think it cuts back and forth a couple times. Yeah. He talks about getting head from 2 girls at once, and then in the post-credit scene, we had the extended version of that where Economos is quizzing him. Yep. What were their names? Gertrude and what was it? Francine or something like that?
Francine or Bernice, something like that.
Yeah. He eats Economos' food. He makes himself really at home, and we learn that there's a scene where Peacemaker lets Eagley out, and Fleury goes, "Oh, what's with that parrot?" And he's like, "It's an eagle. It's a bald eagle. It's a symbol of America." And Tim Meadows tells us he has bird blindness, and I really like this as a joke because I couldn't tell if he was fucking with Economos.
I was not sure until it's not a joke. It's serious.
It's serious.
On, it causes problems for him.
It's so great though that the way that it's done is that you're not sure, and then when it actually happens, you're like, "Fuck, that is amazing setup."
Yeah. And it brings up a very important question. Would he be able to tell who Hawkgirl is?
Oh.
Yeah.
And he just thinks she's a big duck.
He might just think
that appears to be his thing. He thinks everybody's a duck, it seems like.
Yes. That duck attacked me.
Well, I like when Eagley's on the guy and he wants to take a shot at Eagley, but he can't figure out where Eagley is because he's so bird blind.
Well, this is... Not to jump around. I know we're jumping around all over the place. Tim Meadows just steals the entire goddamn episode.
The whole episode, yeah.
And Tim Meadows has 2 moments that are amazingly funny lines that he has to say completely seriously.
Yeah.
And one of them is in that scene when he says, "Cupid doll, titties, get in here. I can't tell how big this thing is." It's so good. I was dying.
I loved his line, "Titties, stay with me. You're going to be okay."
That's the second one. That's the second one.
Oh man,
It's amazing.
Peacemaker wakes up and he makes a cup of coffee, and then he sees everybody's naked inside the living room. We may have not forgotten about the orgy, but the show has not. So all the orgy people are still there. And Leota comes over, and Flurry is like got the hots for her. He's like, "Oh, I tap that ass," and Economos is very creeped out by it.
He starts giving him a massage.
Yes, just giving him a massage. God, he's so fucking great.
So good.
Like he's like
so good.
Honestly, like so the first 15, 20 minutes of this episode, I was like, fuck, like this is really gonna be a bummer. And then he shows up like, oh, thank God. Like this is the show needed this character. I need the big, dumb, silly guy who's gonna say insane stuff. Like I need that on this program. So Leota comes over. She wants to show Chris the picture that Economos took of him in front of the portal. They have a whole thing. Chris is not necessarily having a good time with her. He's kind of irritated with her, and they get into a fight.
He
just killed himself. Yes. Yeah. He's having a hard time. They get into a fight where he's like, "What do you want? A big dance sequence?" And I was really afraid he was going to burst into the opening credits dance sequence
again. They just show that again.
Yeah. So they have a conversation I like a lot. She's like, "It's crazy you have a quantum folding space in your bedroom." It's like, I don't know. I grew up with it. Like it's as weird as you being Methodist. And she goes, "It's nothing like me being Methodist." I don't know what that is.
She's Christian Scientist.
Christian Scientist, yeah.
Christian Scientist. Whatever you want.
Methodist. I don't even know what that is. So this is when she tells him that Rick Flag Sr. is running Argus now, and that Rick Flag Sr. knows that Peacemaker killed Rick Flag Jr. Yeah. So it seems pretty bad. Things do not so good. But then Vigilante shows up with his duffel bag full of serial killer tools.
I do want to point out that Peacemaker and Vigilante, and to a certain level, Adebayo, are not very good at what they do.
Oh, yeah.
Because that truck that Economos...
It's been out there for days and days.
It's been out there for days. It does not blend in. It's right next to the house.
Yep.
None of them ever pay any attention to it.
Nope. It's real bad. So Vigilante comes in, and he immediately gets jealous because Peacemaker had an orgy and did not invite him. And Peacemaker's like, "Listen, man, it was a spur of the moment thing. I was finding solace in the flesh." And but Vigilante's still really hurt, and he's playing it off like he's not. And he's like, "I'm not mad. Why would I be mad?" And then Peacemaker's like, "You don't even like sex." He goes, "No, I don't. I'm not a pervert. I'm not into sex, but I like it like a lot of people do as an opportunity to get closer to my best friend."
Now, this is a continuity change from season 1.
What's that?
So in season 1, Peacemaker takes Vigilante's phone and goes to Google something, and he looks and he looks at Vigilante and he says, "Taylor Swift hot butt," and Vigilante goes, "No, it's not what you think. I just wanted to see her sexy butt." So he was sexual in season 1.
Well, it's funny. Like, I don't know if that's the same. I think that there are people who are asexual who still can recognize that people have hot butts and like that, but don't feel the desire to have sex. Although he did have a 3-way with Peacemaker in season 1.
But with Peacemaker, that's making their friendship stronger.
That's making their friendship stronger, yeah. I think that he was interested in seeing what Taylor Swift's butt looked like, but I don't know if that's because he's going to jack off to it or whatever.
That's true.
Because I love the way that the response that he has, it's not what you think. I wanted to see her sexy butt. It's like really fucking funny.
Yeah.
So Peacemaker has one of the ladies make everybody else leave, and then they go into the extra dimensional room, and this is obviously makes everybody fucking upset in Argus because oh boy, they open the door again, and that alarm goes off, and Bordeaux gets on the phone with Flurry. And then she starts talking to him about, like, we got to keep Economos in the dark. And fucking Flurry just staring at Economos.
Staring him down.
And, like, just going, like, yeah, we gotta keep it quiet, huh? And, like, there's, like, it's, like, really fucking funny how bad he is at it. I fucking love it.
Great.
We have a montage of Peacemaker and of Vigilante chopping up the Doppel Peacemaker.
The shot of Peacemaker looking horrified as he's cutting off his doppelganger's arm, and then he looks up and Vigilante's just smiling at him and doing the same thing, and
Yep.
he's so excited about it.
Yeah.
Genius. Beautiful shot.
Like, you know what's funny is, like, I think you can have Peacemaker being mopey and upset and traumatized, but I think that you need to have it in this context. When he puts his own head into the fire bin and watches his own face burn off, because the fucking alien pops right up, it's really fucking funny. And because the thing is, I get the trauma of chopping yourself to pieces and burning yourself. Like, that's very heavy. That's a lot.
I did not come up with this. I did not come up with this. I saw somebody else say this. Peacemaker has now killed everyone in his family.
Wow.
Down to there's an ongoing theory that Peacemaker's mom died giving birth to him. And so we know he killed his brother. We know he killed his father, and now he's killed himself.
Right.
He's killed his whole family. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. So Economos is going out with the 11th Street kids, and Peacemaker's going to go too, and so everybody's going to be gone. Flurry's going to stay behind because once Economos is gone and Peacemaker leaves, they are going to bring a team in and go through the entirety of Peacemaker's house. So Peacemaker dumps all the pieces into the incinerator. He comes home. He sees the phone from the alternate self. His phone, by the way, has a Justice Gang
Lord Tech logo.
Lord Tech, yeah, thing on it. And this one doesn't. This one's cooler looking.
Which also, and I did not come up with this either, the idea that his phone, the day before, he was being mocked by the man who made his phone.
Yeah.
That's pretty rough.
It's fucked up.
That's pretty rough there.
So he goes through the phone, the alternate universe phone, and he sees this album that's dedicated to Harcourt and him, and they were in love, and he can see them being together and being in love. And then he, and she seems pretty happy.
She seems very happy. She goes by Melia in that world.
Yeah. And he sees that there's a text conversation, so he sends her a hey. And I was very curious what was going to happen here, because I was like, well, he's close enough. Is he close enough to the door?
I would have been furious if it went through. I'd be like, there's no way. There's no way your coverage can go across.
But why couldn't the signal from the other universe come through their door, and then how far is it between the two universes physically within the two doors?
I don't know. I think it's far enough.
But it doesn't go through. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't go through. Now that night, while they're getting ready to go to bust into the house after everybody leaves to go to the party, we have a lengthy sequence. First, we see the entire team getting their shit together, like at home with like their families. But then we get a whole lengthy sequence where, as soon as Economos leaves, the team's like, okay, let's go in. And Flurry's like, no, we got to give him a minute in case he forgets something. And then we have a very lengthy sequence about whether or not you bring a gift to somebody's house and whether or not that is a housewarming gift, because it does make the house warmer. It warms the house.
It warms the house. It's so good. He is so good.
Yeah. That's happening while they're gonna wait to give him time to get halfway there and realize he forgot the bottle of champagne and come back and get a bottle of wine. The kids are back up on the roof. They're having their little party. And while that's happening, we get the team going into Peacemaker's house.
Yes.
And they, at first, I thought they had...
he gives them all nicknames first.
Yes, he gives them all nicknames. We have Encino Man. We have Titties.
Yep.
We have, is it Cupid Doll, then Barely Legal?
No, he starts as Pony Boy.
Pony Boy
becomes Barely Legal, then Cupid Doll.
And he's like, keep complaining about it. I can keep going. What's the other guy's name?
Mexicali.
Mexicali. Yeah. Encino Man, Mexicali, Pony Boy, Titties. And one of the guys has this device that I thought was a black light. I thought they were going to find semen from the orgy everywhere. I'm like, oh, we're doing this Guardians of the Galaxy joke again? But no, it's to detect non-terrestrial energies. And so they go into the bedroom and they see this non-terrestrial energy coming out of the door. And they're looking at it, and then all of a sudden Eagley shows up and starts immediately kicking ass.
Wrecking them.
Just fucking wrecking them. And this is the part where bird blindness is revealed to be 100% a real thing. That Flurry really has. And he takes out one guy's eyeball.
Yes, Encino Man's eyeball.
He goes and he fucking, like, fucks up titties.
Yeah.
Like, she is, like, gurgling to death. And he then keeps attacking. And he ends up beating everybody. And he gets his own slow walk back into the house.
Pretty awesome.
It's a slow walk, yeah. And
of course, is also where we get the line, hang in there, titties, you're gonna be okay.
You're gonna be okay. Stay with me, titties. So at the party, things are happening. So Adebayo and Economos have a moment where he's talking about, like, how anxious he's always been his whole life, and she, like, feels for him, and she's, like, gives him, like, a hug and a kiss, and he's embarrassed. They are... Adrian is in his underwear having beer poured over him.
I don't know what's going on there.
And then Peacemaker and Harcourt.
It's great, though, because...
It's really great.
You see the three of them, Adebayo, Economos, and Vigilante dancing and, like, talking and drinking. And then there's a whole serious conversation with Peacemaker and Harcourt. And then it cuts out to a wider shot, and now he's just in his underwear, and they're pouring beer on him. And it's like, what happened?
It's so great.
What was going on over there?
Yeah, so Peacemaker starts talking to Harcourt, and he notices that she's all beat up. We had seen her getting ready for this party, and she was, like, trying to cover up all her bruises and shit. So he's like, "Hey, what happened? Like, how'd you get so beat up?" And she's like, "Oh, don't worry about it." She lies to him, and he's like, "I think that you went into this bar looking to get into a fight. I think that's what you did." And she's like, "Oh, who are you? Like, Captain Save-A-Ho over here?" And he's like, "Oh, you're not here to save me. I'm not the little bird you want to rescue." And she goes, "I'm not like you." And she takes off, and he falls down. He's drunk, actually. Sorry, he's drunk, and he is stumbling around, and he comes home. And when he comes home, he immediately falls down over this pile of debris from Eagley beating the shit out of all of those guys. And the rest of the guys have survived. They have survived. They've gotten them out. Nobody's dead, but they have had to get away. When Peacemaker doesn't get a response to his hey message to Harcourt from the other dimension, so he decides to go into the other dimension. And he hears his dad talking on the phone, I think, asking where Peacemaker is. Nobody's seen him for 24 hours. It's like, also, why is there blood in the library? Like, what's going on? And he has no idea that his son's dead.
He also says, do you think he's taking those pills again?
Yes. Harcourt responds when he goes into the new universe, and she says, "Hey," and sends him a broken heart emoji. And we don't know whether or not he is going to continue this conversation. He is certainly thinking about it, and that is where our episode ends, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
What did you think of this one?
It was great. I agree with you that the first, 20 minutes or so, it was like, wow, this show's really gotten quite grim.
Yeah.
Compared to season 1.
Yeah.
And then Tim Meadows just comes in and saves the day. Just every single line of his. The Pokemon stuff was great.
The Pokemon.
He catches all of the Pokemon. So he caught all the Pokemon. Yeah. It's great.
I don't know Pokemon grammar.
I don't know Pokemon grammar.
Yeah, it's really fucking great.
Yeah.
It's very smart from Gunn because, that energy was missing. It was really missing. Yep. Like, Adrian has his own energy that's amazing. But, like, that jerk-off energy that you really want, that was really so wonderful in the first season of the show, you need it. And you need it. So that's a brand new character, isn't he?
Yes, he is freshly made for the show. He's not from the comics.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. It's a good question. Not a clue. I mean, there's plenty of government characters to choose
That's the
from.
thing, right? Like, so, and I don't think that James Gunn's afraid of taking a character that nobody ever heard of and having him do horrible things or have horrible things happen to him. Like, I don't think he's afraid of that.
I mean, he's not afraid of changing characters around either. I mean,
altogether,
Vigilante in the show is nothing like Vigilante in the comics.
Right, they're totally different, yeah.
Peacemaker in the show is nothing like Peacemaker in the comics.
Right. So I do wonder if there's going to be like a reveal attached to this.
Maybe.
Because everybody else is a character. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing.
No, that's not true.
The main people?
Yeah.
Who's not?
Adebayo's not. She's not from the comics.
She was the new character that was introduced last season as sort of our way in. She was the character who had to learn about this stuff. So she was the audience surrogate. So I think that's fine that she was not in the comics. I don't think that Flurry's an audience surrogate.
No, I would agree.
So I'm just curious. I saw somebody had the theory that he's Martian Manhunter.
He can't be.
He can't be, right? There's no way.
No. Like, he's way too goofy and weird.
Yeah, and I don't think
Gunn... Then, like, turn around and be like, by the way, I'm the Martian Manhunter. And I don't think Gunn would turn the Martian Manhunter into a weird, creepy dude.
That's the thing. I think Gunn likes the Martian Manhunter from the JLI days. Like, if he's going to do it's going to be that one, the guy who's very serious and is silly sometimes as a result of being so serious and is addicted to Oreos. Like, I think that's going to be his take on it. So, yeah, I'm just curious that this is a totally new character. It's just very interesting to me why they would do that.
Yeah, I don't know. He wanted to. We'll find out. I mean, if he is somebody, we'll find out soon enough.
Don't worry, he'll show up in the comics eventually.
Oh, for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up in the comics in like 6 months.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
There's a growing issue of the Mighty Crabjoy stuff showing up in the comics now. Yeah. It's like all of a sudden every character loves the Mighty Crabjoys. What's going on? But,
do you want to know how bad it is in the Marvel Comics?
How bad?
Agent Coulson is the incarnation of death.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, that's... What?
Yes.
What?
The other death became an Infinity Stone, and they needed a new death, and it was Agent Coulson became the new death.
What?
Yeah, I don't really know why. It sucks. Sucks so bad. It sucks so bad.
That's dumb.
Yeah. And that's just because he became a character from the movies that people cared about, and so now he has to keep showing up. And he sucks. He's not a good character, so who cares?
Does he? Like, you don't need to do that stuff, guys. It's okay.
No, I actually understand why a writer might go there, because, like, they're bored and they're fucking around with things. And, like, okay, what if Coulson becomes death? That's crazy. Like, I kind of get that, like, that sitting around at a meeting and throwing that idea out and people kind of keying into it because it's so wild. But in execution, it feels bad. Doesn't feel good in execution.
No.
So,
yeah. Well, there you go. But yeah, this was a fantastic episode, I thought.
Yeah, I really...
Very, very hard.
I had a really big problem with the first 20 minutes of this episode. Like, I had a very, very large problem. And then once Tim Meadows showed up, it was all gone. It was just... everything was funny after that. Like, even the stuff that's not funny was funny. You know what I mean? Like, the whole tone felt like it changed. I mean, it did, because I think Mottola started shooting it differently. That first 20 minutes, he's shooting it really handheld. And then as the show goes on, it gets back to classic swooping cameras, which is a James Gunn hallmark.
Yeah.
And so it gets back to that. So I was kind of glad to see that visual language come back. Because that scene in the fucking convenience store, I wasn't going to tap out, but I was like, oh no, this show sucks now? Because the store looked so bad, and like it was just like so... That scene had the same problem a couple of scenes did last episode, ran a little too long. Yeah, they could have ended faster. I think we could have got out of that one faster.
Well, one thing that seems very clear to me, watching this episode, it really popped out. There's bits in Superman where it pops out to me as well. James Gunn is very bad at doing exposition speeches.
Yeah, he is.
He just does not do them well.
Yeah.
You know, and they're hard to do. I get it, but there's got to be, bringing somebody to help you out with those. Maybe, I don't know, like. Because it's always the same kind of thing where it's like, this person just directly states what it is, and that's it. You know?
Yeah.
And then it's weird. It comes off weird, and the actors don't really know how to play that kind of thing, and it just does not work well. So you need more Tim Meadows.
I mean, I would like to see some of these scenes be a little bit shorter. I think he's been dragging some of these scenes out longer than they need to be. But yeah, I mean, like the Tim Meadows just gave us a shot in the arm. I liked it. It wasn't like I was hated the episode before that, but I was like, this isn't really the Peacemaker I want to watch. And then all of a sudden, oh no, this is the Peacemaker I want to watch.
Yeah.
This
is
I
mean, I think I said for last week's episode, I said like this isn't as funny as the first season.
Yeah.
And the first half of this episode is the same path, but then again, like you said, Tim Meadows shows up,
bang.
Everything switches, and he's so good. He's just
beautiful.
So good.
It's beautiful.
He is so good. You know.
It is beautiful. All right, we shall return next week for the next episode of Peacemaker Season 2. And come join us on the Patreon if you're not already a member there, www.patreon.com/cinemasangha, SANGHA. Until next time, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, may you be well, but most of all, may you remain a true believer.